Hey guys, it's me, your sleepy neighborhood Pokemaniac, coming at you with another episode of Pokemon Platinum. In the last episode, here in Eterna City, we took on Gardenia, the gym leader of the Eterna City gym, and got ourselves the second badge of Sinnoh. And in this episode, as you can see, we're recording at night. And because it's so close to Halloween and it's spooky season, I figured we could have a little spooky adventure of our own. But not here in Eterna City, of course. No. To have our spooky adventure, we must go over to the Eterna Forest. Let's head on in, shall we? Ooh, and look how much spooky. But I'm gonna be honest, guys. I really can't tell too much of a difference between daytime and nighttime in Eterna Forest. But the effect still looks cool. And comment over here, I guess, what, Gardenia? Didn't we just mollywop you at your gym? But really the more important question is, what are you doing in the middle of the woods at midnight? Hiya! Were you intrigued by the rumors going around too? You know, people have been talking about the ghost Pokemon of the Old Chateau. I've been hearing rumors about sinister shadows too. I should check it out myself, but going in there is, well, you know, being that I'm a gym leader, I'm always busy. So since I'm so busy, I can't go in. It's not because I'm scared. So good luck with your investigation. Bye. Wow. Yeah. The Sinnoh gym leaders are really made out of tough stuff. So yeah, guys, this little area in Eterna Forest, you can't actually come here until you've beaten Gardenia and gotten your second gym badge. Gardenia won't be here until you've gotten your second gym badge, and she'll be there day or night, honestly. It's really not so mysterious that she's here at midnight with us. Yeah, we're in the woods at midnight for that matter too, so I guess it can't be all that weird. But also, you need Cut HM01 to access this place, which we've only got the ability to use outside of battle right now, and we'll teach it to Homie because Homie is even more useful than he used to be. And yes, Homie's always been useful, not for his not for his battle prowess, but more so for his work out here in the field, where he fights for his meals. And let's move right along, see what she. Okay, she wasn't kidding. The Old Chateau's spooky. Before we enter the... What I was going to say was before we enter, we should come over here and grab this item. But before we even do that, we're going to swap Autumn and Zuko because, well, you know, the Pokemon around here are like level 10 and... They're level 10, and Autumn was having a hard time running away from them. And we find ourselves in Ether just laying out here in the wild. And hidden item senses tingling? Yes! Okay. Oh, okay, cool. That's a good one, too. We found ourselves the insect plate. So if you recall the Draco plate that we found behind the dragon statue over in Eterna City, this one... is the insect version of the Draco plate. It's the insect plate. And of course, because it's a plate, there is a text engraved in the back of the obtained plate. The power of defeated giants infuses this plate. Okay, that's like the hardest line of Halloween 2023. And we'll put the insect plate in the items pocket, of course. And yes, okay, we made it out of there. I didn't want to use a repel because it was just a little bit. And, ooh. Hear that creepy music? It is also because we're going to need a repel in here for sure. Welcome to the Old Chateau, and wow! Ghost Pokemon jump scare. Yep, that's right, guys. So, Ghastly, yeah. Now, we have seen Ghastly before because they do, in fact, appear in Eterna Forest, but I figured we could run into this first one because there are only quote-unquote 3 Pokemon you can find here in the Old Chateau, and they're all of the Ghastly line. That's right, you heard it right. You can find Ghastlies, Haunters, and, yes, even a fully evolved Gengar, which was huge back in the day because it was not so simple to obtain just a fully evolved Gengar without having to trade or anything. But anyway, with creepy atmosphere, let's move right along. And got a big statue here. It appears as if it is glaring. Well, I mean, it is a statue, and the Carver's intent was in the eyes, but still, I mean, it's pretty good. It gives that whole, rich, rundown feel like we had in the Pokemon Mansion in first gen. Coming up here to the dining hall. Ooh, very spooky. And coming over here, ooh, item. So we're going to grab this, and we can admire rare candy, which is super nice. We can admire the rare bit of environmental storytelling that we don't get too often in Pokemon. And trash cans? Oh, it's that curse. We found leftovers one time in a trash can in Gen 1, and now we're cursed to look in every single trash can in every single Pokemon game. But as you can see, there's still plates set out here, so whatever disaster befell upon this haunt... Okay, it's not a haunted mansion, okay? I don't want no cease and desist letters, all right? It's not a haunted mansion. It's an old chateau. But whatever disaster befell upon the old chateau must have happened right before mealtime. But coming... Oh, honey. Bit of advice, kids. Honey never goes bad. It doesn't matter how old it is. If you find honey, you can eat it without worrying about it going bad or anything. And ooh, look at those candelabras on the long table. But we get ourselves another item here, a big pearl, which is super useful. Not so much in like battle or anything like that, but to sell at shops and get us lots and lots of money, making this trip already rather profitable. And oof. Okay. Honestly, guys, the real jump scare is the repel wearing off, and having to encounter wild Pokemon. Much more so than any ghosts that might actually appear in here. But moving right along, we're going to explore the second floor now. Ooh, bars, baby. We're going to explore the second floor, get some more, and find some Old Chateau on the floor. Old Chateau is a unique item that only appears, I think, once in this entire game here in the Old Chateau. The Old Chateau is the Old Chateau's hidden specialty. Heals all status problems of a single Pokemon. So it's kind of like a full heal. I don't think I'll be using it, just because it's a unique item, and I kind of like those. Okay, can't read any of those notebooks. Fantastic. But Pokemon magazines! Pokemon Pal, Pokemon Handbook, adorable Pokemon. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of breaks the spooky atmosphere. I know it's like they're reusing assets. We can't check these paintings, but adorable Pokemon kind of clashes with the whole spooky atmosphere we're going for here. And trash can? No, foiled again. Okay, chock full of Pokemon. What was that? Chock full of Pokemon books and photo collections. Okay, well at least that has more, keeps the immersion more than magazines. An adorable Pokemon, but coming over, finally, something we can interact with. It's an old notebook. There's something scrawled in it. Some, hing, so, pecu, shu, make off, if, the mot. Well, according to my calculations, I am 83.5% certain that if we fill in the blanks, it would go something like, something so peculiar should make off with the moat? Well, we don't quite have enough information to know what that last word was supposed to be, but maybe, just maybe, exploring the mansion, the rest of the pages are blank, we'll figure out what that last word was supposed to be. And get out the door! Come on, I know it's a scary mansion, but that doesn't mean you forget how to use doors. Alright, and, I think we're down to our last repel, guys. So we better make this quick. We'll hit the mart afterward to pick up some more. But moving right along. And here we are. The last area we can explore in the Old Chateau. So coming into this room. Aha! Perfect, an item. And we got ourselves the Dread Plate, which is interesting because this, the plates are fairly unique items, and we found our third one really, really quickly after our second one. I mean, literally right outside. And of course, there's text engraved in the back of this plate too. 2 beings of time and space set free from the original one. Ooh, the original one, huh? I wonder what Pokemon that must have been. But anywho, moving right along. We can mosey on over to the next room. Coming in here, can we read that? Nope. How about trash can? And it is empty. They're going to taunt us for the rest of time. So really nothing useful in here. So let's go to the next room. Maybe there'll be something nice in here. Trash can. This time for sure. Nope. Okay, it's empty. They're always empty. But, I mean, I'm not used to recording that, guys. So I'm going to cop a couple of these. Alright. Night. Alright. Well, honestly, I probably wouldn't sleep in any of these beds, considering its inhabitants are probably a ghost Pokemon wandering around right now. Or if, they hadn't passed away in those beds, those beds have been there for so long now at this point that probably some nasty stuff going on in there. And another empty trash can, another grody bed, and is that painting to the left looking at us? Oh my gosh, I think... Oh, no, never mind, guys. It's cool. It definitely wasn't looking at us. Yeah, no... Oh, and repel's effect wore off. So, as you can see, the painting will... the eyes will go away, once we go up to inspect it. Funny enough. But, you remember how I said that there are, in fact, Gengars in the Old Chateau? This is the one room you can find it in with the red-eyed painting. And it's only a 4% chance to run into one, which honestly isn't too bad. There are some Pokemon in areas with a much rarer chance of popping up, like 3% or even 1%. So those aren't bad odds. So if you want yourself a Gengar, again, I cannot recommend enough how good of a Pokemon that is. I mean, you can get it right here. But now we're going commando, basically, since our repel wore off. We have no defense against these spooky ghost Pokemon. And okay, here we go. And here it is. Okay, TM90 substitute. Overall, this mansion wasn't too spooky overall, and I guess we did our investigation and we got what we came for. I guess this rare TM, right? So substitute is an interesting move. Really good on defensive Pokemon. So basically, what happens at the cost of a quarter of your HP, your Pokemon will make, well, a substitute, I guess is the proper term for it. But your Pokemon will make a substitute, and the substitute will absorb all of the damage until a quarter or more of your HP is lost, and you won't take any of it, which is super useful if there's a Pokemon that can do more than a quarter of your HP, because then the substitute will take up and absorb all that extra damage. So, super good move. But, guys, I'm going to be honest, I know we came in here, we explored and everything, and we didn't really find too much, but one of these rooms, I can't shake the feeling that we might have missed something. It's something that was kind of bugging me when we went in there. But I believe it's this room. Yeah. So, we're in the Old Chateau, right? And this place is old and run down. As you can see, I mean, it's clearly deteriorating. And being abandoned since time immemorial. I don't think ghost Pokemon pay electric bills. So I guess we should inspect this TV, see what's wrong with it. Inside the TV, there appears to be a Pokemon. The Pokemon appears as if it will come out. Want to thump the TV? Oh, you bet I want to thump the TV. Jake thumped the TV set. Remember, kids, don't thump your TV set without your parents' permission. But as soon as we do... Whoa, look at that splash screen. Alright, guys, say hello to the real reason we came here to the Old Chateau. It is Rotom. Rotom is a supremely unique Pokemon. You can only find it in this room, in this TV, in the Old Chateau. And it has to be at nighttime, which is why I'm recording at nighttime, which I believe are the hours between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m., if I'm not mistaken. Those are the only times that Rotom will appear in the TV. And a couple other things to go over about this Pokemon. First of all, it is a super unique typing. It is electric and ghost type. I don't think any other Pokemon, period, are electric ghost type, if I'm not mistaken. So super unique. Also, you hear this absolute banger of a theme that's going on. So that splash screen and that music, upon encounter, is the legendary Pokemon theme, but Rotom itself is not actually a legendary Pokemon. It's just very unique It's like, a very special Pokemon. And also, now I know there's a lot to go over here, but finally, Rotom is in fact going to be the next member of our team, guys. I cannot think of anything more Gen 4 than Rotom. You know him, you love him. He is now your phone and Pokedex in the most recent generation, which I think was a brilliant idea. But also, it is a great Pokemon, and it is 2 types that we don't have coverage for right now, which is Ghost and Electric. Now, Rotom, Thundershock. This is probably going to be powerful. Oh my god. Oh, and he gets the paralysis. How lucky. Well, that's good. We want a lucky Rotom. Well, Rotom spelled backwards is motor. And, okay. All right, Zuko, I hear you. Is motor spelled backwards. So, in that old notebook that we saw earlier, that final word, M-O-T, was probably supposed to be motor in reference to Rotom. But at this point, guys, I mean, we got a nice hit on it. I think I don't want to risk too much damage, so I think now's as good a time as any to throw a Pokeball at it, and I can't think of a better use for our Dusk Ball. We've got a Ghost-type Pokemon here in Rotom. It's nighttime. We're in the Old Chateau, which I think counts as a dungeon. So our Dusk Ball is going to be supremely effective, more effective than an Ultra Ball, in fact. And it's not a legendary, so we should still be able to catch it. So, without further ado, Rotom, get in my balls! Alright, and... Oh, and it busted out right away. Okay, so we're going to have to do a little more work. Confuse Ray. Well, anyway, as we're going to be throwing Pokeballs willy-nilly at this thing, I guess it's time we can go over a little bit more about Rotom and how unique it is, because we haven't even scratched the surface, y'all. So Rotom is, well, as you can see, it's kind of a glass cannon. That Thundershock did a lot of damage, so it's got great special attack. Oh, man, I was trying to ignore the shakes because I thought, reverse psychology, if I didn't care about it, that's when it would, get in my balls. It is super fast, but it cannot take a hit very well. I know we got a critical hit, so we kind of lucked out on that, but overall, it's not going to take hits extremely well. And come on, Rotom. I said you're not legendary, so now's not the time to kind of show off here. But yeah, and also something else super unique about Rotom is that this is not its only form. Rotom has multiple forms. And rude! Interrupted me by breaking out of your Pokeball while I'm trying to go over how great of a Pokemon you are. And, okay, we're getting a little low here. I believe what we should do is heal up a little bit because, as you can see by the composition of my team, this is a difficult catch because neither Warbeak nor Autumn can withstand a Thundershock. Uproar, however, I think is a little easier to deal with. Maybe. Again, its special attack is great. But yeah, so Rotom can change forms, and when it does change forms, it gains different types. So not only is it a unique type as in Electric and Ghost, but it can also be an Electric Water type, it can be an Electric Grass type, an Electric Ice type, an Electric Fire type, and an Electric Wind type. I don't think I forgot any of them. Electric Grass, if I hadn't already said that. If I did, then I look so foolish right now. But the thing is, in 4th Gen, and get in my balls, Rotom! In 4th Gen in particular, you actually cannot change Rotom's form without a very special item that you could only get via a Wi-Fi event or a mystery gift event back in like 2009. So unfortunately, there is really no way, if you're playing these old games, to change Rotom's form without said item, which is a, trust me, 4th Gen mystery gifts are a long dead event. So unfortunately, we'll never be able to see that. But let's keep going. I only got 5 Pokeballs left. I should have came more prepared, but I didn't. Hopefully this time Rotom will get in. Oh my gosh. Oh, the tease. The tease. So yeah, we're just having a little bit of difficulty here with this Rotom, but it's nothing we haven't seen before. And trust me, this Pokemon is absolutely worth it. But one of the things in that I really like that they did in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is that after you catch yourself a Rotom, the Rotom will actually drop the item that you got in the mystery gift event back in like 2009. That will give you access to Rotom's different forms, which is super nice. I mean, you know, kind of had to do something about it, or else you just wouldn't be able to change Rotom's forms in 4th gen period, even the remakes, which would have been very upsetting. And come on, Rotom! You're like my first. You're not even legendary, but like you sit here, just not getting captured, giving me difficulty. I'm trying to keep. I want you to be a value member of our team, Rotom. And another uproar. Oh my gosh, I'm running dangerously low on both potions and Pokeballs. So we're down to our last Pokeball. Good thing we have a couple more to spare. So come on, Rotom. Okay, bud. Okay, it's getting a little dicey over here, I have to admit. And okay, we are not doing ourselves any favor on the HP front. You know, as much as I was complaining this entire time about picking up potions and super potions, I take back everything I said, because this is the only reason why we are surviving this Rotom onslaught right now. And oh good, I'm glad Rotom calmed down, because I sure as heck didn't. Alright, let's see if a Great Ball will work. I can't imagine it working since the Dusk Ball didn't, but let's find out. 1. Okay, we're really down to like the scraps of our Pokeballs. Net Ball? It's good against Bug and Water type. You have the potential to be a Water type. 1, 2, you're kidding. 3, What? Why would you get... You know what? It's Halloween-y enough, okay? There's that little net, you know, the web that comes out every time you send it out now. And I really wanted him in the Dusk Ball, but I guess, honestly, this is, you know, just as good, I suppose. But yeah, guys, after a grueling battle, the victory tastes that much sweeter, though. We caught ourselves Rotom, the Plasma Pokemon. Electric Ghost type, only a foot tall. Interesting. Its electric-like body can enter some kinds of machines and take control in order to make mischief. That's right, guys. We got ourselves a little Polter-GUEST here. And, yes, of course, I'm going to give a nickname to the caught Rotom. Alright, so guys, I figure since we got ourselves, you know, a little Polter-GUEST here, and Rotom changes its forms by entering appliances, I think Maytag is a very fitting name, since it just fits, you know? And with that, TV's still on. Excuse me? Excuse me? Rather rude of you, I must say. Didn't need to run into a ghastly. I already got the Pokemon I was looking for here. While coyly playing off the fact that there was something else here that we needed. Look at Rotom just floating around down there on our Poketch. But yeah, the electricity's still on, but the TV has an oddly malevolent feel. It's as if it is staring. Huh. I don't know what, though, because we got the Rotom out of it. But yeah, with that, guys, we have completed everything we needed to do here in the Old Chateau. So let's head on back to Eterna. Alright, guys, back in Eterna City, all healed up. No, not Pokedex. Pokemon. With Maytag, our newest member. Oh, I look at him, so cute. I love this little guy. Yeah, so Old Chateau, like Sweet Food. Timid. Timid's pretty good, if I'm not mistaken. Timid raises speed, lowers attack. which is fantastic for a Rotom. Yeah, and he's got the ability Levitate, which makes him immune to all ground type moves, which for an electric type, as you know, is absolutely invaluable. That's the word I was looking for. But since we used up all of our potions, our Pokeballs, and our repels, just to get that one little troublemaker, I suppose we should head on into the mart and pick those up. And, well, hello. Who are you? Does he have a unibrow? It looks like he's got a unibrow. I know it's probably like the little pixels to indicate the end of his hat, but it looks like a unibrow. But what does this fancily dressed gentleman have to say? Good evening. You must be Jake. I've received a gift for you. Here you go. Wait, what? What? And we get a secret key? We look forward to your next visit, but the mystery gift and Wi-Fi events for 4th Gen ended years ago. How is that possible? They're supposed to be long dead. Running in the doors. Running here's some more. Running in the doors. Running indoors. Pokemon 4th Gen.